We are at the Branson Gospel Music Convention. I am standing here with the members of Forgiven Quartet, some of our Oklahoma neighbors. Next to me is Mark Brook, and I'm going to have Mark introduce the rest of the group.
All right, we have Buddy Peitzel from Tulsa, Stanley Johnson from Enid, Mark Green from Owasso, and standing behind is Dave Buckingham, our bass guitar player. Buddy sings the baritone, Stanley's the bass, and Mark Green is the lead, and I sing tenor.
Okay. Now you are an original founding member.
Yes, I started the group back in 1981. It was originally a ministry born out of the Second Baptist Church in Ponca City, Oklahoma, and we were based out of there for years. And then gradually, as members came and went, we moved, and now none of us live in Ponca City. So, but it is still our birthplace, I guess.
All right. Let me ask these guys, Stanley, how'd you get involved in gospel singing?
Well, it goes way back, and of course these guys will always talk about how old I am. But
Amen.
My aunt and uncle had a record player. We didn't have one when I was growing up, and there was this music that they would play, and I didn't know what it was called, but I just knew I loved it. And later I discovered that it was Southern gospel. It was the Statesmen, and it was the Blackwood Brothers, and I've just been in love with it ever since. I mean, it just got me early in life. Just love it.
Now, Buddy's been involved with some other quartets, and one that we still hear about all the time. Give us a little bit of your background.
Well, I've been I was fascinated as a child, someone like Stanley was, with the harmonies. I love harmony, and so I guess that's why I sing the baritone part, because it's an odd part. I just get to sing what the rest of the guys don't sing, and I've been doing it a long time. Started in junior high school, actually singing in quartet music. So. Just love it.
And sang with the Harbinger Quartet. We hear that name all the time.
Yes, yeah. We actually, Dave and I were in a group called the Harbingers Quartet for about 14 years. So before I came and joined these guys.
Let me move Dave over here just a little bit. Bass player, and that adds a lot to this to the sound of this group. How'd you get involved in music?
Well, we started off with a keyboard player and a bass guitar myself. Eventually the keyboard player couldn't travel as much and had to quit, and the guys just took a chance and kept me on, and it seems to work.
Yeah, it does. It works great. Let me get Mark Green over here. Saved him for last. When Gene and I moved from New England to Oklahoma just about 2 years ago, Mark was one of the first guys we met, and has become a really good friend. How did you get involved in gospel singing?
It's kind of a long story. Before I started singing with these guys 11 years ago, I was about the most contemporary praise and worship leader you would ever want to meet, and I didn't do Southern gospel. And in fact, they'd asked me to sing with them a couple of times, and I kind of rolled my eyes and said, yeah, that'll be the day. But so I guess when I said no to God then, I guess I realized that you should never say no to God, because he may have different plans for you. But it's great to sing with these guys, and to see what God's done with our ministry over the last 8 or 9 years is just incredible. And we give God all the praise and the glory for that. And we have a wonderful time. We really do. It's the greatest thing in the world to sing with a bunch of your buddies and just to proclaim the name of the Lord.
This is one of the best sounding quartets that we have heard on any level anywhere, and I really mean that. You've been doing some exciting recording.
Yes, we have. We signed this year with the Song Garden Music Group out of Nashville, and on their Garden Creek label, and we were in the studio back in April laying down the vocals for a wonderful recording project. The title is Where the Battle Is Won. It's almost all original material, and the prevailing theme in the project is prayer, and we're very convinced that that's a message that people need today, that that's where you can win the battle, is on your knees. And so we're so excited about that song in particular, and really all the music is wonderful. We've been so blessed getting to work with David Staten, who's the lead singer with the Lefevre Quartet. He was our producer, and the engineer and co-producer was Gus Gatchis, who is now the tenor singer with Legacy 5. So very exciting to work with guys of that caliber. It's been wonderful.
Now, I have to ask you one more question for the old-time gospel music fans. that bus that Forgiven Quartet rides around in. Tell me about the bus.
We were very blessed to find available the Cathedral Quartet's old bus. It was actually the last bus they owned. They bought it in 1991 and used it until 1999 when they retired from the ministry. And after that, I guess the Old Friends Quartet used it, and then Ernie Haas and Signature Sound used it for about 2.5 years before we got it. We actually got it from Ernie. So. A lot of history on that old black bus. If those walls could talk, what stories they could tell us at Southern Gospel.
That's
So,
right.
Tremendous blessing.
Yeah. You wouldn't think people could get so excited about a bus, but that's a Southern Gospel thing. And
Yeah, it's a
that's
piece
really
of
great.
Southern Gospel history. It really is.
That's right. Well, to all the members of Forgiven Quartet, it's great to see you here. Always great to see you, and thanks for being on Gospel Music
Well,
today.
it's our pleasure. Ken and Gene, we love you guys, and we appreciate what you guys do for Southern Gospel music. It's wonderful.
Thank you. There's more coming up on Gospel Music today.